Today, on the Tom Kearin Channel, my ex and I fell back in love. How I manifested him back. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin Channel and studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the Tom Kearin Channel and studios of Be Something Wonderful. It's early morning here as we're getting ready to take a flight up to Reno, to Lake Tahoe, and do some snowboarding in Alpine Meadows. So stay tuned. We're going to be having some great content from Alpine Meadows over the next couple days. Today I have a big video for you. And yesterday on the Be Something Wonderful YouTube channel, we also released a video about manifesting your specific person back. In this case, it was someone who found the channel about 2 weeks ago. And a week into watching the videos, had this powerful shift within. She said it was one of the videos, right? And manifested her specific person back after 7 years of no contact. Wow, that's powerful. All happening within this 2-week period. A week into watching the videos, she has this idea, this knowing, this deep, profound shift within her, right? And we're always shifting, remember, right? The knowing's already there. And I talked about the idea of that type of shift that they talk about in Reality Transurfing, that book by Vadim Zeland. He talks about that anomalous burst of energy that you can have that shifts you to the lifeline or timeline or parallel alternative reality of your imagined end, of your desires, of your wish fulfilled, if you want to think of it like that. Well, we covered that in that video, and today I want to talk about another story. This is a creator that I have talked with a few times, and who was divorced, who was working on a good relationship with her ex for the kids. Would see each other Sundays to go to church together and holidays, but a lot of hurt between them, a lot of story, a lot of emotion still from the divorce, and neither one would ever think would ever imagine that they would get back together. Yet they fell back in love, right? And remember, this particular creator, we're going to tell her story a little bit. That she just wanted to get the financial situation, the arrangement of the divorce settled between them. She was feeling a little bit left out, a lot left out. There was a business between them, and she was feeling like she was pushed out, and that he wasn't being fair, and all of this stuff was going on. And that's really what she wanted to manifest, that resolution. But what she really wanted is to be with her family, right? To be in love, right? To have it all. And that's what she said she manifested. So we're going to talk about this. And how did she do it? It's always the question, right? Even you had the question on the Be Something Wonderful video, right? She had that shift, that knowing, but I showed you what happened. I showed you how she collapsed time and space in the Be Something Wonderful video. Well, this is the same idea. She collapsed time and space by surrendering. In other words, by understanding that everything is already hers. And that she just has to surrender to that love that she already is. Persist in your end, sure. You can even keep imagining it. But give up the resisting of it. Give up the thought of lack of it. Go to that idea that it's already yours. This is what she did. I'm gonna read some highlights here from her email, and we're gonna talk about what she did. She was just giving me a summary that she was feeling bullied in the divorce. Right, the emotions were raw, and there was a lot of hurt. Right, he was hurt, she was hurt, and they've been developing a relationship. Right, they don't hate each other, and spending holidays together, and Sundays going to church together with the kids, and neither one could imagine, right, that this would happen. This is what she's saying. She goes, so finally I gave in. I surrendered to whatever the how was going to be. But I persisted in that it was mine. Where she just couldn't imagine how it would all work out. You never can from that physically focused mind, right? Then she goes, Tom, A lot of exclamation points. Boom, boom, boom. My ex and I fell back in love. More exclamation points. Boom, boom, boom. Fell back in love, right? Love. It happened in the most perfect and unbelievable and surprising way. It always does, right? And she said we both felt like God was doing something with us, right? Because this happened while they were attending church, right? And it was this, they both almost started talking at once. It was an amazing thing, right? There was a lot of damage, and neither one thought they would ever get together. But she said it all happened in church through the sermons we were listening to. We both would sit together at church with our kids every Sunday as family. We can only describe it as the presence of God. So she's talking about her husband also feeling that. But remember, she's projecting all of this and reflecting all this from her own point of view. This is her, that's her as God feeling that presence. And that's why her husband, or her ex, who will be her husband because they're going to get remarried, was reflecting that as well, saying the same thing to her, saying what she was feeling within, what she was imagining. She said, we can only describe it as the presence of God coming over us. And in that moment, we both just blurted out all the things that we felt caused the divorce. Things I was never able to say to him. I said what I needed to say, and he said what he needed to. I felt my legs shaking and my insides just electric. And he was feeling somehow something come over him in that moment. So he was describing what was happening with him. And she said, here's the interesting thing. Talk about collapsing time. She said it was all done in a matter of 5 minutes. We looked at each other like, what the heck happened? It was like the past feelings of anger and frustration were gone. Of course, because it's a new reality, a new version of her, a new version of him. Literally, she said, like amnesia. Amnesia, of course, right? You're a new identity now. It's possible to remember parallel alternative identities and realities, but you've moved, right? Remember, the hurt, you're no longer lighting up that identity or resonating with that identity anymore, that reality. We realize we're still in love, and even more so than before, of course, right? We're getting remarried, and I'm laughing because I couldn't care less about the company. This is so powerful because I think I had just spoke with her in early February. So wow, what movement, right? What amazing. And none of this was like this. It was different, right? She was still frustrated when I had talked to her. He said he woke up in the middle of the night and realized that they can work perfectly together with the company as well. And they're just going to get remarried. That she goes, he's a different man. Well, you know what? She's different. That's why he's different. Remember, it's all about you. As she surrendered to that higher power that she is, as she surrendered to that ideal identity that knows that reality is already real. I can imagine it, but I can imagine it from love. I can affirm it from love. I can assume it from the love of that new identity. Then, of course, she's going to see a different version of her SP that reflects that, her specific person. And here's interesting. She goes, I had been wanting a husband, and I had all these qualities that my ex didn't have that I wanted. Wow. So this is an improved version of that old of her ex, right? She just knew and improved, right? When you really trust yourself, when you really surrender to that, everything, even the divorce and everything else makes sense now, because they came together in a new, extraordinary way, where she's this powerful new identity that's reflecting an identity of him. That's everything she would ever want, more than the version of him that she was creating before, or reflecting or projecting before. Do you see this? This is powerful. She goes, this man has completely changed, and it's like he's now perfectly made for me. Of course, because remember, you're creating it all. And she just finally surrendered and trusted that it's all, what a great example that it's always leading to everything that you want. The divorce, the arguments, feeling separate from him and feeling hurt about the financial situation, but still going on and creating a relationship with him for the kids. And as they did this, they fall back in love because she surrendered to it. She becomes that new identity where that version of him that's in love with her has to be there. It's all her moving to that new identity. Remember, it's all about you. She goes, I literally got it all. Now she has some other things that she's manifesting regarding business and so forth. But she goes, no doubt, that's already done. She goes, God is so great. Yeah. And you are it. You're the center of all of it. You are do you see here, and I know a lot of you guys want to hang on to, but how, but remember, it's who. In both of these powerful stories, back to back, yesterday's video and today's video, we really showed you this idea that it's always about who, and the who is you. When you rest in being that higher version, everything that you want and desire, not just specific persons and love relationships and all of that, but anything else that you want and desire in your life. Better health, a different appearance, right? Healing from illnesses, anything you want, money, career, it all comes from knowing who you are. Wow. Very powerful video. They fell back in love. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin Channel and Studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Be sure to check out the video, that most recent video on the Be Something Wonderful channel. I manifested my specific person after 7 years of no contact. Wow, also powerful. And I show you in a little bit more detail the idea of how you collapse time and space, how you collapse that physical experience, how it collapses from within you, and shooting out from you is this new timeline, or this new alternative parallel script or reality from this new identity. Really powerful. And then next Sunday, we have our second live event of the year, February 23rd, 2025 at 12 noon time on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. If you're a member, join us. If you're not, check out the link below. Creators, good morning, and we will see you. Next time you will see me, it will be where we're snowboarding, and I will be coming to you there from Alpine Meadows. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here on the Tom Kearin Channel and the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.